अस्सलाम वालेकुम व्यूअर्स। मैं हूं मोहम्मद ताहिर और आप लोग देख रहे हैं बियोलॉजिकल पॉइंट विद ताहिर साहब की बियोलॉजी की एक और वीडियो के साथ आप लोगों के साथ हाजिर हुआ हूं। आज की इस वीडियो में हम देखेंगे नर्व इम्पल्स। और अगर आप लोगों ने अभी तक मेरा यूट्यूब चैनल सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया तो सब्सक्राइब करें, मौजूद बेल आइकन को प्रेस करें ताकि इस तरह की आने वाली इंफॉर्मेटिव वीडियोस आप तक पहुंचती रहें। तो चलिए हम आज के लेक्चर की तरफ बढ़ते हैं। आज का जो हमारा टॉपिक है वो है नर्व इम्पल्स। व्हाट इज नर्व इम्पल्स? वी मस्ट नीड टू नो दैट इट इज अ ट्रांसमिशन ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिकल सिग्नल फ्रॉम वन न्यूरॉन्स टू अनदर न्यूरॉन्स। I hope so you can easily understand here with that animation that like it's a presynaptic neuron, postsynaptic neuron, that's the cell body of postsynaptic neuron, and here a electrical signal transmit from axon toward the synaptic node. Then it's a gap between one synaptic node and dendrites of other neurons. We can elaborate this junction, this synapse, clearly in next upcoming slides. An impulse begins with a neuron stimulated by another neuron or the environment. Synapse. What is synapse? We can see here synapse, location where a neuron can transmit an impulse to another cell. It means that neuron is also a cell that transfer from message from one neuron to another neuron. There is no cytoplasmic junction between two neurons. We can see here two type of neuron. That's a presynaptic neuron. We can see here that's a presynaptic, that is postsynaptic neuron, and there are junction between these pre and postsynaptic neuron. We can say synaptic gap, we can say synaptic cleft. Here are different parts of these two neurons are here. These are vesicles. These vesicles contain a specific type of chemicals, we can say neurotransmitters. Vesicles are burst when vesicles transfer their neurotransmitter, or we can say chemical, in synaptic cleft. Here on the postsynaptic neuron there are different type of receptors are present. These receptor accept, or we can say detect and attach these neurotransmitter to perform different function. We can see here a channel open with neurotransmitter attached to receive receptors. We can say that a complete mechanism that transfer from nerve impulse from presynaptic neuron to postsynaptic neurons. Space between neurons is called synaptic cleft. Neurotransmitter, a chemical used by neuron to transmit an impulse across the synapse. Human nervous system divided into two major divisions. There are two type of human nervous system. We can say central nervous system and peripheral nervous system. We can say central nervous system relay messages, process info, and analyze info. On other hand, peripheral nervous system receive information from environment, relay command from central nervous system to organ and gland. Central nervous system, here a pictorial view of central nervous system. We can see the main part of central nervous system is brain. There are three different type of brain: hindbrain, midbrain, and forebrain. Cerebrum, cerebellum, brain, stems, thalamus, and hypothalamus. Brain made of 50 to 100 billion neurons, and their functional basic unit is neuron. We also elaborate that there are four lobes or regions are present in brain. Frontal lobe, that responsible for memory, judgment, inhibition, personality. Temporal lobe, we can say long-term memory, auditory process. Occipital lobe, vision process. Parietal lobe, sensory integration. There are four type of lobe are present that here mentioned. Frontal lobe, we can say somatomotor cortex here, somato sensory cortex, that's here. Parietal lobe, occipital lobe, and cerebellum. Spinal cord present here. Medulla oblongata is here. Temporal lobe are here. These are different parts of brain and spinal cord, main communication link between brain and the rest of body. Certain kind of information like reflexes are processed in spinal cord. Reflexes, a quick automatic response to a stimuli like a sneezing and blinking, allow your body to respond to danger immediately without thinking. We can say these are involuntary different functions that perform our body to maintain the mechanism of our body. So it's very important for survival. Like peripheral nervous system lies outside of central nervous system, consists of all the nerves and cells that are not a part of brain or spinal cord. We can say there are a collective, we can say it's a system that are responsible for transmission. Central nervous system like brain and spinal cord are present on the same spot, and peripheral nervous system connect these main central point to our body. Consist of all the nerves and cells that are not a part of brain or spinal cord, like cranial nerves divided into two divisions like sensory and motor neuron. In previous lecture, we completely know the basic concepts about the sensory and motor neurons. Sensory divisions transmit impulse from sensory organ to central nervous system. Motor division is the transmit impulse from central nervous system to muscles and glands. And we must need to know that muscles and glands are factors that perform, or we can say they show responses about the stimuli. Somatic nervous system regulate conscious controls activity like autonomic nervous system regulate activities that are autonomic or involuntary that automatically perform our body, divided into sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous systems. We can see a pictorial view. We can differentiate between sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. Like that, in parasympathetic system, contracts pupils, like stimulus, salivations, like inhibit heart. We can say contract bronchi, stimulate digestive activities like stimulate gallbladders, contracts bladders, relaxes rectums. We can say these are different functions that are involuntary, that cannot be controlled in ourselves, that automatically perform. Sympathetic, sympathetic nervous systems here as compared to parasympathetic nervous system like delayed pupils. We can dilate or contract our pupils, inhibit salivation, we can say relaxes bronchi, accelerate heart, inhibit digestive activity, stimulate glucose release by liver, secretion of epinephrine and norepinephrine from kidney, relaxes bladders, or contract rectum. These are different functions performed our parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous system. Thanks for watching my video. I hope so you can easily understand the basic concepts about the nerve impulse and transmission of nerve impulse and associative words about that. If any question or query, must come in comment box.